Yo, how's it going, guys? Today we have a simple guide and rotation where I focus on some tips that will help you improve your game sense almost immediately. Before the video starts, I just want to shout out my Discord server, where I've started doing some events recently, and my Twitch, where I'm starting to live stream some offline games as well. The links to both will be in the description, as well as a link to the You're Throwing server, where there is free, high-level coaching available right now. There's barely a queue at the moment, and it's extremely easy to get and very helpful. I would strongly recommend taking advantage of the great opportunity. Anyways, let's get into this quick guide on how to rotate in 2v2. This is going to primarily focus on 4 different things. The first of these 4 concepts is your teammate. I would strongly recommend that you take the first 30 seconds or so of every 2's game to look at how they're playing, because your game is entirely dependent on theirs. If they are constantly chasing the ball, that's fine. You need to just be there to back them up and let them do their thing. You can still be an effective team if you're ready for them to miss most hits and stay behind them in a position where you can prevent the other team from scoring. On the other hand, if your teammate is staying in goal and not challenging the ball at all, then you need to take matters into your own hands and do some chasing yourself. 2v2 is all about working with your team, and that's impossible if you're on a different page than your teammate. The second concept focuses on you, and how to avoid ball chasing yourself. In a perfect 2v2 rotation, one person will always be hitting the ball, and the other person will always be either rotating back to support them or pushing up the field to be open for a pass. A very simple way to avoid ball chasing is to only hit the ball when it's in front of you. If you're driving back and then decide to hit the ball again by driving across the field even though your teammate is facing the ball, then that's called cutting rotation, and that's something that you want to avoid. If you hit the ball and you're able to easily follow, then go for it. But if you lose possession, then you need to leave the play and let your teammate challenge if they're ready behind you. But there's more to this that I'll cover in a minute. Before we go over that, however, we need to talk about spatial awareness. Every player in the game has an area around them that they can reach. An easy way to have good rotation is to try to maximize the area that you and your teammate cover on the field. This means that no matter where the other team hits the ball, either you or your teammate need to be able to reach it as soon as you possibly can. Basically, in simple terms, don't stay right next to your teammate. If you're right by them and they get beaten, then you also get beaten, and you're playing a very ineffective game of 2v2. The best spot to be is behind them and off to the side. The final one of my 4 talking points is to pay attention to your opponents as well. This is going back to avoiding ball chasing. It isn't considered ball chasing if you stick with the ball when nobody is challenging you. Pay attention to your space, and if you have a lot of time, don't just throw the ball away. In the same sense, if someone is rushing you, you don't need to panic and go for a 50-50 every time. You almost always have options. If you're near the wall, a simple outplay touch into the wall is usually enough to beat your opponent and allow you to keep on progressing up the field. The point of this is that although it isn't a good idea to constantly chase the ball, every game is different, and it makes no sense to leave and rotate behind your teammate if you have all the space in the world. I hope this video helped you. If it did, be sure to drop a like down below and remember to sub to both the You're Throwing channel and mine. If you're new, we're so close to the 1,000 credit giveaway on my channel and nearing the 3,000 credit giveaway on theirs. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them in the comment section. Thanks to all of the patrons of You're Throwing that make the community so strong as well. This has been Sevorion. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, you're throwing. Peace.